So now we are going to see the modifications of stem. So earlier we saw the modifications of root like storage, support and respiration. So here also stems plays different role other than normal stems do.
Okay.
So here storage of food is done by potato, ginger, turmeric, zamankan and colocasia. So these are stems. So potato is a stem, ginger stem, turmeric, zamankan, colocasia all are stems. So these stems store food in them. And then some stems which is known as stem tendrils. So these are formed from axillary bud.
Okay, what is meant by axillary? Axillary?
So axillary bud is the bud which grows in the sides of the plant. Sides of the stem.
Okay, like a branch.
Yes. So from these buds stem tendrils develop. So these tendrils are slender and they are spirally coiled as we see in money plant and etc. So these tendrils help plants to climb.
Yeah, like that.
Yes. So examples of this are cucumber, pumpkins, watermelon and grape vines.
Okay.
So here stems are spirally coiled, and then so stem tendrils is one kind of modification, and then thorns is another kind of modification. It is also developed from axillary bud, and these thorns are straight and pointed. So in order to protect from other insects or animals which are coming to the plant, so this thorns protects them.
Like rose.
Yes.
Okay.
So examples of this are citrus and bougainvillea. And some stems which grow in arid regions. Arid regions is nothing but where temperature is so high, like deserts.
Okay, cactus.
Yes.
Okay.
So there the stems are flat. The stems are flat, like in opensia. And some stems are fleshy and cylindrical, like in euphorbia. So these two stems contain chlorophyll and carry out photosynthesis.
Okay.
And this kind of stems can be easily seen in higher temperature regions.
Like the deserts?
Yes. So and here some more modifications. I just wrote the examples here.
Grass.
So grass and strawberry are the examples of.
Okay.
So grass and strawberry, what are the main function of the plant, the stem of grass and strawberry? So here underground stems.
Yeah, it is like connection.
Yes,
grass.
yeah, underground stems of some plants such as grasses and strawberry and etc. spread to new niches. New niches means new areas that underground
New niches and
new
grows
niches.
as a plant.
Yes, and when older parts die, new plants are formed from that niches. Can you understand?
Pardon, can you please repeat it?
So underground stem of some plants like grass you have seen, right?
Yeah.
Grass, and if you pull one grass continuously, the
root will follow. Okay. The connection will follow.
Yes, connection will follow. So those are stems, not roots.
Yeah.
So those are niches followed by that stems of this grass. So that is what when the underground stem grows into the new niches. So when this die or this is present, that new niche will form into a new plant.
Okay.
So in grasses.
In banana tree.
Not in banana.
Okay.
No. In banana, one plant will be here, and other plant, if you cut and grow only, it will grow. It will not develop like that. It will not grow underground. So grass and strawberry can grow underground. So that is two examples of that kind of plants. And then mint and jasmine. So in case of mint and jasmine, a slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis. So if this is the main axis, a slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis. Can you understand? Base of the main
always
axis.
from the base it will go.
Yes, base of the main axis. Mint and jasmine.
No. That we call it as.
Okay, leave it. So arises from the base of the main axis, and after growing aerially, after growing some length aerially, for some time arc downwards to touch the ground. So it grows like this.
Okay.
So this kind of stem modification is seen in mint and jasmine. So those have this kind of, they'll grow, and here also they'll grow, so like that. So these are seen in mint and jasmine. And in case of Pistia and Acornia, what happens is a lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves. See, if this is a lateral branch, there will be short internodes. Internodes we have already seen.
Yeah, nodes and space between them are called
internodes. So there will be very small space of internodes, and each nodes bear a rosette of leaves.
Okay. Below the ground also, above the ground also?
Yes. Okay. Rosette of leaves and tufts of roots. Here leaves and under roots will be developed.
Okay.
And tufts of roots is found in aquatic plants like Pistia and Acornia. So it is found in aquatic plants.
Aquatic plants.
Yes.
On the surface.
Yes.
Okay.
Pistia and Acornia. So here so far we have seen grass and strawberry. So grass and strawberry, they
Connected
guys, and mint and jasmine like this.
Yeah.
And in Pistia and Acornia it is this case.
In the
Yes.
Okay.
So the last one, banana, pineapple and chrysanthemum. What these plants do is, so here in these plants the lateral branches
Okay.
originate from the basal. Basal is that lateral branches originate from the basal. It originates from here.
Okay.
And underground portion of the main stem. So basal is the main stem. Underground portion of the main stem grow horizontally beneath the soil and then come out obliquely upward, giving rise to new leafy shoots. So here they will develop for some time here, and after some time they'll grow obliquely upward and gives rise to new shoots.
That's why I said that banana will be coming under grass. Not like grass.
No, banana will not come here anywhere. So it is propagating. Banana is not propagating.
Yeah.
Banana will not propagate underground.
But banana will come like this one, not like that. This the cell, it will come like this one. It will come.
Yeah, that is
not
branches.
strictly from branches. It will come from the cell.
Yes.
Then
So that is different. So here it grows under the ground or under the basal of the stem, and it after growing sometime underground, it grows upwards. Examples are banana, pineapple and chrysanthemum.
For this?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you understand?
But banana will not come under this category, no?
Banana, yes, it comes under this category.
Does banana goes underground
Yes.
and comes to the...
No, banana, banana grows horizontally under the stem.
No. If you know, please leave it in the comments.
Yes. So banana is given as example, but here the lateral branches originate from the basal and underground portion of the main stem and grow horizontally beneath the soil. Does banana grow horizontally beneath the soil?
They will say it in the comments.
Okay, just leave it in the comments. So this is about stem. So next topic we'll discuss about leaf.
Okay.
So in last session we discussed about stem. So now we are going to discuss about leaf.
Okay.
So generally we know all the leaves in all plants. We see the leaves, we see ribs in them. They are green in color, and they fly in float in water, and they'll move with wind.
What have you written about that? Blue color.
These are the subtopics under leaf. So first we'll discuss what is the characteristic of leaf, and then we'll go to the subtopics.
Totally 3 subtopics.
4. So what is leaf? It generally develops at the node. So node we have already studied in the last class. That is a stem where a branch develops, there is a node. So these leaves also develops at these nodes, and these are
Space between our internodes.
yes internodes. So the where the branch grows are nodes. So there only leaves first start to grow at the nodes, and these bear a bud in its axial. So these if this is a leaf, they bear a bud. This is axial, and they bear a bud here. Some leaves, and axillary bud. This axillary bud gives out a branch.
Okay.
This bud becomes a branch, and these originate. These leaves, generally these leaves originate from shoot apical meristem. So shoot apical meristem. Shoot is nothing but shoot and root. You know, right? Shoot is the upper part of the plant, and root is the yes. So shoot apical meristem is that at the top of the shoot there will be top of the shoot is known as apical. So it is known as apex. So there some meristems. Meristems are dividing cells. Specialized dividing cells are present there. Yes, are present there. So these are known as shoot apical meristems. So continuously divide, and some of the cells help in the origination of leaf. So these leaves originate from shoot apical meristem. They originate from the top of the shoot and from those meristems these leaves originate. And in leaf there are three parts. The first one is leaf base, petiole, and lamina. So leaf base is nothing but if generally a leaf is like this. If a leaf is like this, so this one is known as leaf base.
The node which they are splitting is called a leaf.
Yes.
This like this means, if this is like this means, this is leaf base.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So this one is leaf base, and petiole is that the blade, this green part is there, right? So this will
Which green
be
part?
this leaf's green part.
Full of the leaves part.
This will be holded by, and this will be holded and connected to the leaf base by petiole. Can you understand?
This branch is called petiole.
This one, where the leaf generates. So that
From the node to the leaf on
yes,
stem will be the
from
that
leaf
is called as
yes, petiole.
petiole.
And lamina is nothing but this one, the leaf. This one is known as lamina. It is also known as a leaf blade.
Yeah.
So it is known as lamina and also known as leaf blade. So here what this leaf base does. So it is attached to stem, and these leaf base may bear stipules. Stipules are nothing but these are the stipules. So these leaf base bear some stipules.
Okay, it catches the weight of the stipules.
No, it just generally grows in the leaf base. It will be a small like this thing.
Another thing, it will grow like this. Small.
Yes, yes.
This will catch up that thing.
Yes.
Okay. Petiole. One more.
So petiole is the petiole. This petiole is generally more flexible. That's what the leaves can wave in the wing. It is generally more flexible, and it also helps this blade to focus on light, to focus on the sunlight, to absorb the sunlight. So that function is made by the petiole. And then what stipules, and then stipules are generally that one. So this is generally the structure of leaf. There are three parts, and leaf base, petiole, lamina, or
Leaf blade.
yes. So this is generally that one. And generally in monocot plants, one cotyledon plants, this leaf base expands into a sheath. They will expand into a sheath and cover the stem.
What do you mean by sheath?
Sheath is like sheath-like structure. Sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. it generally grows and covers the stem a little bit, or it covers the stem fully itself. So that leaf base in monocot plants. So like grasses, you can see that the leaves are all connected to the plant trait. So like that.
It's like a skin-like structure. Okay.
And leguminous plants are like plants those plants will have peas, beans. So those plants are known as leguminous plants. So in these plants,
what is that actual meaning?
Leguminous plants bear that pea plants and beans plants are known as leguminous plants.
Okay.
They'll be having leguminous roots like structure.
Leguminous roots. What do you mean by leguminous roots? Can you translate?
Like some bacteria, they'll be having nodules.
Root nodules. To keep bacteria. Like
Yes, some plants are known as leguminous plants. This is a variety of plants. Some variety of plants will be called as leguminous plants. So these plants, in these plants, the leaf base swell. They bulge, which is known as pulvinous leaf base. It will be swollen in leguminous plants. And then this lamina or the leaf blade is green expanded part with veins and veinlets and everything. So the middle vein is known as midrib. This one is known as midrib. Can you understand?
Yeah.
So these veins provide rigidity. They just generally
Keep the leaf
rigidity and channels for transport of water, minerals and food materials. So these veins are being the channels for the transport of water from root to stem and stem to the leaf. These veins to the leaf, the veins only transport water.
Continue from the root till here.
Not from the root. Water is flowing from the root to the stem and stem to the branches, and the water is flowed.
This is starting from here and ending only from here.
Yes, the water flows through the veins.
Here it comes and the water stops. It takes and flows to the leaves, through the leaves. Okay.
So veins does that function, and minerals and all the food materials are passed only through the veins. And here the shape, margin, apex, surface and extent of incision of lamina varies in different plants. So the shape differs in different plants of this lamina, difference in different plants, and the margin, how the margin of the leaf is, it also differs for different plants. And apex is nothing but the tip of the leaf.
This tip.
Yes, apex generally it also differs from plant. And surface. So surface also differs. In some plants the leaf will be small and it will have less surface, and some plants will be large surface. So surface also differs. And extent of incision of lamina. It is nothing but how long the lamina. If this is the lamina, this one is known as leaf lamina. So how long the lamina is insist into the, like it will be inside. It will be insist.
Yeah, some leaves it will be like this. Like this. This thing is there inside.
Yes, it will be inside. That is incision of lamina.
Okay.
So that also differs in different leaves. So this is generally about leaves. So in leaves, there are 4 subtopics: phyllotaxy, modifications of leaves, venation, and types of leaves. So now we will study one by one. Last session we discussed about leaf.
Yeah.
So now we are going to discuss about the subtopics in leaf. So in leaf there are 4 subtopics: venation, types of leaves, phyllotaxy, and modifications of leaves. So here we are going to see 2 subtopics: venation and types of leaves. So in venation there are 2 types of venation. First one is reticulate venation and the second one is parallel venation. So venation is generally the arrangement of veins in the leaf lamina. So the arrangement of veins. In reticulate venation the veins are arranged like this, like this kind of thing, and from here it will be like this. So this is reticulate venation. So it is generally found in all dicot plants, two cotyledon plants, and in monocot plants there are, it is composed of parallel venation. Parallel venation is nothing but in the leaf lamina the veins are parallelly like this, like in banana. So like that, it will be parallel. It will be like this. Can you understand? So this is general characteristic of monocot. So grasses also you can see parallel only. You cannot see reticulate. So this is about venation. So next we are going to see types of leaves. How the types of leaves. So there are two types of leaves. First one is simple and second one is compound. In simple types of leaves, the leaf is considered as simple leaves when if this is the leaf, their incisions can be anywhere, but it should not reach the midrib. If it reaches the midrib, it is not simple, it is compound. So it should not reach the midrib, and it should be like this.
So this is simple leaf.
Simple leaf.
If
the incisions,
if this is like this comes and touch here, it's compound.
yes.
Okay.
So when they are in compound leaves are said to be when the incisions reach the midrib. It reaches the midrib and it becomes leaflets. So if this is the leaf and these are the leaflets. Can you understand?
Leaf, it comes another leaf from
yes.
the leaf. Okay.
So these are the incisions, not single leaf. This one is single leaf. Can you understand?
Like this. Okay.
Like this one.
Okay.
Okay. So like this only that we have drawn here.
Like it will be in sky leaves.
In neem plants. So this kind of leaf arrangement is known as pinnate. And it is found in neem plants.
Okay.
So this one is pinnately compound leaves. And in palmately compound leaves, all the leaflets are arranged at the same tip. So like this.
Like flowers. Petals.
But these are leaves. It is observed in silk cotton.
Any other example?
They have not mentioned any other example. They have given only silk cotton. At the tip of the petiole, this is the petiole. At the tip of the petiole, this is the petiole, and this is the leaf base. And here the axillary buds does not arise from here. This is the leaflets. They arise only at the base of the leaf base. So this is the leaf. This is considered as total leaf. And here
So this
only.
is one leaf fully. Okay.
And here only the buds, axillary buds develop. So this is so these are the two subtopics.